Hello, I'm Granville, Emerson, and welcome to Lidline Sports with my co-host, Seattle sports enthusiast, Renault, Pepe Bean. What up, Pep?
What up, what up?
Welcome to the show, everybody. Another good one coming your way. Jemele Hill was suspended by Sports Network ESPN today. We'll get into all of that. Vice President Mike Pence went to the 49ers versus Colts game in Indianapolis, but he left early, Pep, and missed the overtime thriller.
He sure did.
We'll talk about that. We'll get more in depth. Pep, this story about the Miami Dolphins coach videotaping himself snorting cocaine before practice.
Yeah.
Is that fake news?
Apparently not. They got rid of him.
We'll discuss that too. Of course, we'll talk NFL with NFL Pep Talk with Pep.
Mm-hmm.
A little NC2A football. And we'll talk about the Major League Baseball playoffs. All that and more.
You talking about playoffs?
On today's Lidline Sports, talking
Playoffs?
about baseball playoffs. Before we get started, though, I want to pay homage. That's how they say it in Hollywood. It used to be just homage. I want to pay homage to one of the greatest basketball players ever to lace them up. He passed away over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
The Hawk, you know him, Pep.
Oh, I do.
What you know about
Connie
him?
Hawkins. Man, I read his book when I was like, 13 or 14, Foul. Great book. I mean, oof. He was like Dr. J before Dr. J. He had the big hands. He could handle the basketball like it was a softball. He had a little hops, but he sure had some funk in his game.
Connie Hawkins, legendary. He was the prototype for today's NBA basketball player. He was long. He was lean.
Mm-hmm.
He had big hands, like Pep said, and he would swoop to the basket. That's why they called him the Hawk.
Yes.
Because he would swoop to the basket with style and flair and dunk on you.
Yes, he definitely lived up to that last name.
And, he went through unnecessary adversity in his career. Coming out of college, he got caught up in a gambling scandal.
Right.
And was not allowed to play in the NBA.
Right.
Went to the ABA, Pittsburgh Pipers.
The Pipers.
And then once he was cleared of all of that and found innocent, they allowed him to come into the NBA, and immediately he was Rookie of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
Connie Hawkins. Now, I grew up with Trent Johnson, Franklin High School star, went on to coach at Stanford, LSU, TCU, and Nevada, started in Nevada. Right. So when we were growing up, he was the Hawk.
Right.
And we called him the Hawk after Connie Hawkins.
Yeah.
And Clint Richardson, who also grew up in my neighborhood, played for the Seattle U and the Philadelphia 76ers. We called him the Doc.
Yep.
After Dr. J.
Sure remember.
Growing up, my friends, they're older than me, but I looked up to them and called them the Doc and the Hawk after Connie the Hawk Hawkins. So, yes. Pep, I'd have been remiss today to not start the show and pay respect.
That's right. And I'm glad you did that.
To that man.
Good call.
To that man. Shout out to the Minnesota Lynx for winning their 4th WNBA title.
That's right. And I said last week that I thought they would take Game 5.
They won Game 5, 85-76. Point guard Lindsay Whalen, her 4th title. Mm-hmm. She dumped in 17 points along with 8 assists. I actually watched the game, Pep.
Right.
Ooh, it was tough to watch. I struggled through it for the sports broadcast.
I know you like those sparks.
No, it's why I can't watch WNBA basketball. It's the play.
Oh.
I mean, come on, man. And my Sparks, they couldn't make a three-pointer to save their life.
Right.
I think they were like 1 for 20. I'm like, and then like just stuff. It's like normal plays. Like they have a hard time bringing the ball down the floor. I'm like, like, and this is why. I mean, like, even when the Storm were playing the championship, I tried to watch, and I couldn't watch the whole game. Now, y'all may think that I'm being chauvinistic or whatever, but I'm not.
Don't be getting Cam Newton on us now.
I'm not being Cam Newton. You know, and I know everything nowadays. You got to be politically correct because I think Cam said what he said. Like, you know, like actually giving her some props. Like, ooh, a female. You know, telling me about route trees. Yeah,
right.
I see you. You know, that's basically that's basically what he was saying. But you know, nowadays people take offense to everything.
Yeah.
So I'm just prefacing that, like, don't take offense to that. You know, there are some women, you can't say female nowadays either, even though it's the same gender. Some women basketball players that can ball. I mean, I've always liked what's her name from the Lynx. Why can't I think of her name?
Moore?
Yeah, Maya Moore. Since I saw her scored 32 points at American Airlines Arena on the campus of the University of Washington when she was in high school.
Yes.
She came out here to play in the Martin Luther King game. Right. And she gave I can't remember who she was playing, but she gave him 32. Right. And I had all eyes on her. I'm like, who is this? I can't even say chick now. Can I say chick? I was like, who is this?
Who's this baller?
She was balling. I ain't seen nobody ball like her in high school since Joyce Walker. Okay. I mean, she was flat out balling in high school. Like, you know, I was like, woof. Yeah, I knew she was going to be something. So congratulations to Maya. She is came to Minnesota and made that a championship franchise. Another tidbit information, Lindsey Whalen has won all these WNBA championships on the same floor that she played on in college. Oh, she went to the University of Minnesota.
Oh, good for her. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So,
nice.
You know, you learn something here on Lidline Sports.
That's right.
Granville, Emerson, and Renault, the Pepster. Yeah. ESPN suspended sports
Jemele Hill.
Show host Jemele Hill.
2 weeks.
I just read that her co-host, Michael Smith, said that he's not going to be on the show as long as she's out.
Well, I know he was out today. Yeah. So I didn't hear that update. So
he's well, maybe he didn't say as long as she's out, but he was out today. Right. Let me put it that way. I don't want to put words in his mouth. Okay. And do like they did Colin Kaepernick. Reporter said filed a report story yesterday that Colin Kaepernick said that he would stand for the national anthem if he was to come back. And I thought that was true because I had read an article in March of 2017 saying the same thing. But when I went back to review it, it says that an anonymous source said it. Oh. So it wasn't a quote from him. Say it. Right. So his girlfriend tweeted yesterday that he never told anybody that he was weighing that decision. And so then he tweeted a tweet that lie will go around the world faster than the truth can put his pants on. Nice. And so he did not say that, and so he has not decided. And so we hope that some team, I see all these teams paying the price for not signing him, though. It's kind of hilarious.
Hey, Miami.
So they sent Hill home after her comment saying that the president was a racist and unfit to serve. This was the first time. Right. They tried to send her home, but her co-host Michael Smith stood in then along with other ESPN sports anchors and refused to sit in on her show. And so they called her back. Now this time they say Jemele has been suspended for 2 weeks for violating ESPN's social media policy. Right. Pep, it's BS. It's BS. Listen to this. Have you looked at any of those tweet strings?
I sure did.
They're all conversations, Pep. This is not her taking her platform and spouting out her beliefs. Right. She's answering people's questions. Right. Right? Yeah. So how are they punishing her for answering questions? She's a sports talk show host. They cover these events on the sports talk show. So she's answering questions offline about the topics covered on the sports talk show. Right. And they suspend her.
Well, I told you a few weeks ago I wasn't watching ESPN.
She said, and I quote on her Twitter, "This play always works. Change happens when advertisers are impacted. If you feel strongly about JJ's statement," that's the Dallas Cowboys coach Jerry Jones, who said that he will not allow his slaves to stand.
His what?
Slaves. He treat them like slaves. He tell them what to do.
Okay.
He is taking away their First Amendment right.
All right. So he's a plantation owner.
Basically.
Okay.
That's why, like Michael Bennett said, I refuse to call them owners. They're my employer.
Right.
But they don't own me.
Correct.
They want you to call them an owner. All right? You don't own them. You pay me a salary. We're contracted. Right?
Right.
And that salary is based on the NFL Players Association's collective bargaining agreement. Right? So she said that if you feel strongly about JJ's statement, boycott his advertisers. Or how about not patronizing the advertisers to support the Cowboys? You can watch and do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just so we're clear, I'm not advocating an NFL boycott. But an unfair burden has been put on players in Dallas and Miami with anthem directives.
Right.
Well, what's wrong with what she said?
Nothing. But she also reiterated that if the players stop kneeling, they'll be looked at as sellouts. They could be looked at as sellouts. That's not saying that she's thinking that. She's just giving you a scenario on what could happen.
Yeah, the whole thing that I just read is just all scenario.
Right.
Right?
No,
it's just all scenarios. She's not giving a directive herself.
No.
She's just painting pictures.
Right.
Right? That's all she's doing.
Yeah, they just don't like the picture being painted.
Exactly. And so I'm with you with the ESPN boycott, Pep. If they continue this nonsense.
Yeah.
I
can see it coming, bro.
These people are acquiescing to the president in his stand on taking away the rights of people, which is not American. It is not what this country was founded for. It's what the founders of this country left Europe to get away from, as a matter of fact. Meanwhile, Vice President Mike Pence is wasting taxpayers' dollars,
$250,000,
going to an NFL game and staging a planned fake walkout to protest players exercising their First Amendment rights.
Come on.
Then tweeting about it.
Yeah.
Now that is hypocrisy.
Yeah.
Pep, the last time Mike Pence had been to a Colts game was 3 years ago. So he cost the taxpayers how much?
$250,000.
To fly Air Force 2,
Mm-hmm.
2-3 hours to Indy,
Mm-hmm.
transportation to the game. I think that doesn't even include his Secret Service detail.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So, and here they are worried about how much money they giving to Puerto Rico to try to save folks' lives in Puerto Rico.
Another fiasco.
But they're just spending unnecessary money, grandstanding,
Yeah.
faking protests.
Faking.
Pence told the van's entourage not to park because it was probably going to be a short stop. So he knew he was walking out.
Yeah.
He knew that the 49ers are the only team in the NFL that have had at least one player protest in every game since Colin Kaepernick started.
Mm-hmm.
23 players protested on this particular day. So he knew it was happening. And then the president is going to tweet, "I asked the vice president to walk out if players were kneeling."
That was staged, planned, whatever you want to call it. That was so phony.
49ers safety Eric Reed says it looks like a PR stunt.
He's right.
And he quoted, quote, "And so this is what systemic oppression looks like.
Yeah.
A man with power comes to the game, tweets a couple of things out, and leaves the game with an attempt to thwart our efforts." End quote.
Right.
I don't know, Pep. Moving on. Talk about idiots. What about this Dolphins coach, Norton Coach, on camera to please his girlfriend?
Oh, man. What?
What is that
Wasn't
with
that a
that?
side piece?
Yeah. Kiwana.
Did you see a picture?
Yeah. Kiwana Nige.
Whatever.
Nige, the Las Vegas model.
Model?
Well, I heard she was a stripper. I'm not going to disparage her. I don't know what she is. They say she's a Las Vegas model. Everybody model it nowadays. Instagram model.
Ain't you an Instagram model? Because I see your pearly whites on there every now and then.
Yeah, man. My teeth are modeling. Trying to get that Crest commercial. Mm-hmm. Come at me, Crest. No, matter of fact, it would be Power. That's the toothpaste I use.
Oh, okay.
It's all natural. I can't give Crest that.
Oh, no.
All natural toothpaste, baby.
All right.
I've been using it since 2000. Yeah, the price done tripled since then, too. That's another story. Kiwana Nige, a Las Vegas model, Revenge posted a video of Miami Dolphins offensive line coach Chris Forrester snorting cocaine and daydreaming about licking it off of her Kit Kat bar. Woo, woo.
Man.
Like, what was this dude going through? Nee says she decided to publish the video, Pep, after the Dolphins owner Stephen Ross reversed his decision on the player protest. She's mad about it. And she's like, she's actually saying that Forrester ain't the only one. If she wanted to, she could lay some folks out. Oh. So back up off her. That's what she's saying. Folks is mad at her. Right. You know, acting like she shot the video and put the dope up his nose. Mm-hmm. She's like, nah, he did that on his own and shot it out to me because he all in his feelings. And I quote,
"This is what I do for you, baby."
Forrester can be seen on the video that he self-recorded saying, quote, "I think about you when I do it. I think about how much I miss you, how hot we got together. How much fun it was, so much fun. Last little bit before I go to my meeting. I wish it was, I wish I was licking this off your, give me a break, break me off a piece of that cake."
You mean he wasn't trying to send that to his wife and send it to her instead?
Nah, he did say that he has resigned from the Miami Dolphins and has entered into rehab.
What?
To straighten himself out and straighten things out with his family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's going to be some straightening out.
Yeah, he's got to straighten it out. He's hooked on that snow, and Nige is a sister, and he's not a brother. No. So he's hooked on that snow and that chocolate. Woo. You're listening to Lidline Sports on Rainier Avenue Radio.world and TuneIn.com. Yeah. I'm Granville Emerson along with Renault Pepe Bean. Time for some NFL pep talk, Pep.
Pep talk. Yeah, man. I had some disappointment. I heard my Steelers got smashed by the Jags. Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm going to give the Jags some credit. I mean, they blew out the Ravens. They blew out the Steelers, the top two teams in the AFC North. So, you know what? Kudos to the Jags.
What is up with Ben Roethlisberger talking about maybe I don't have it anymore?
Man, he was in his feelings, man.
I'm done.
He threw 5 picks. Remember?
5 picks?
It was 5.
Who was that?
Man.
5 picks? Who throws 5 picks?
Man, how do you
let him get his Jay Cutler on?
Man, yeah. He took his mask off. Surprise! But, yeah, so, oh well. You know, remember Earl Thomas when he broke his leg? He was talking about, I'm going to retire, I'm done.
But that's a broken leg.
I understand that.
He threw 5 picks.
But when you're in your feelings, and you say stuff, and you know, then you think about it later, maybe I shouldn't have said that. But you know what? So what?
5 picks and 2 back-to-back.
Well, they got to regroup. They play Kansas City next week, so we'll see what's up. KC looks like the real deal. They're, 5-0, undefeated, and blowing folks out. They blew out the Texans. Texans the week before had 57 on the Titans, and, you know, Kansas City said, So
your Steelers...
They played Kansas
City.
Should
listen to Le'Veon Bell.
Well...
You know what he's talking about?
What'd he say?
Give me the ball.
Right.
They're not giving him the ball.
Right.
What's that all about?
Didn't I hear that from AB last week?
Yeah, what's that all about?
Man, I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
That's your squad.
It's my squad, but you know.
I know you ain't watching, but read up on them. You know I'm giving you a hard time about the Steelers. We'll get to the Yankees later.
Hold up now. Yeah, they was up when I left the house.
Hey, I got this to say to you too, Pep. I want you to continue your pep talk.
Okay.
But I'm going to give you some pep talk right now.
Give it.
I told you last week when you was lauding them Buffalo Bills, they better not lose to the Cincinnati Bengals. What happened?
They showed enough.
I told you they was frauds. Man. Did you have them on your fraud list this week?
They would have been if I was doing it. That's for sure.
Is your Facebook public?
What do you mean?
Can anybody see your posts?
No, just.
Oh, okay. I was gonna tell the people to go to your fraud list, man.
And I haven't been doing it.
You haven't?
No.
Oh, okay. No. All right. Pep, Facebook would put out a fraud list. It would be really hilarious, people. I mean, hilarious. He would roast people up and down and tell you who was perpetrating like they was actually thinking about going to the playoffs, but was really going to be at home or watching like me and you would be on a normal NFL season. But the Buffalo Bills, I told you they was frauds, man. You cannot trust in anything named the Buffalo Bills.
No. And the Texans, well, whatever.
Well, the Texans, man,
they ran into a buzzsaw, the Chiefs.
It didn't help that J.J. Watt got hurt. He's out for the season.
Man, that's terrible.
But Kansas City just went straight through their defense.
Right. They've been doing it to everybody. Ask the Patriots.
Yeah, well, the Patriots don't have any defense either.
Right.
So that's one of the things that we have to realize about this NFL season. For those of you that are watching, I am not watching, but I read up on it. And what we have to really take into consideration are the teams that used to be good that really aren't.
Right.
That used to have a defense that really don't have one now.
Yeah.
And Houston may not have one the way they've been giving up yardage. And I know the Patriots don't. They should have lost to Tampa Bay.
The Patriots
missed 5 field
had
goals.
one legit win, and that was against the Saints when they went down there and blew them out. But, and also this season, it's week to week, as we've said every week. A team does well one week, the next week they lay an egg. But also, and this is, if you don't have your quarterback, you're not going to win. Look at the Tennessee Titans. When Mariota went down,
CK is sitting at home. Go ahead.
Right. Mariota went out against the week after they played the Dolphins. They lost that game. No, not the Dolphins. They played the Texans, I'm sorry. They lost that game, 57-14. They go down to Miami, who Miami can't score to save their life, and lose. So, and in the Raiders, they've lost 3 straight. Derek Carr's gone, so they got nothing. But, Derek Carr...
they're believing in E.J. Manuel, and I told you he's not one to believe in.
No. And plus, listen, Carr is gone, but their defense is still there. So why isn't their defense still performing? That's what you have. That's why I'm going to give some love to the Seahawks real quick, because even though the offense is playing terrible still, their defense keeps them in every game. And Earl Thomas Sunday was the MVP of the whole day, because that guy was unbelievable Sunday. From what I saw.
Yeah. The thing is, football. People like to say a lot about an offense and a defense, but the offense and the defense works together.
They have to.
You cannot leave your defense on the field against NFL offenses.
No.
You know what I mean? If you cannot get first downs and sustain drives and give those dudes time to rest, especially if the defense is not deep.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're not able to rotate in quality players. They're going to get tired and they're going to give up big plays.
Yeah.
The Seahawks have always been traditionally a bend but don't break type of defense. And so that's what they've been doing in the style that they've been playing.
And they held the highest scoring team in the NFL as of late to 10 points. And that was all in the first half or first quarter.
Yeah. Anything else on that? Pep talk? NFL, what else? What you got?
That's about it, bro.
That's about it?
Yeah.
Kevin Hogan is set to start this week for the Cleveland Browns. What is wrong with Hugh Jackson?
Man.
Doesn't he know Deshaun Kaiser is a rookie?
He must not know.
If you're going to start a rookie, you got to leave him out there.
You got to leave him out there. How? Exactly. You can't. How is he expected, number one, improve, and then you're going to kill his confidence?
Absolutely. And if Hogan was not good enough to take his job week one, how can you replace him with Hogan? Why didn't you start the veteran Hogan first?
Right. Let him lose the job and then put Kaiser in.
Right.
Like Houston did when they let Savage start and flop, and they said, all right, Deshaun, there you go.
Exactly. Exactly. I don't know. We'll find out. If you have any comments, share your comments on Lidline Sports Facebook page. Like and follow us on Facebook. And share your comments at lidlinesports@yahoo.com. This is Lidline Sports with Granville Emerson. You can just call me G. And Renault, you can call him Pepe Bean on RainierAvenueRadio.world. When we come back, we'll talk some Major League Baseball, more about those Seahawks, and a little bit about Husky football.
Yankees.
When we return. Don't go away.
And they, took a 2-1 lead in their series. They beat the Washington Nationals 2-1. The Dodgers are playing right now at Arizona. They're up 1-0. And the Houston Astros took care of the Red Sox today, beating them 5-4 to take that series 3-1. So they're going to await the winner of Cleveland and New York.
So basically, Houston's going to be sitting at home lounging.
Word.
Getting some rest in. Does rest make a difference for baseball players?
For pitchers, it does.
Yeah, for pitchers, yeah. Yeah, you're right about that. I was like, yeah, what is that going to do for them dudes? They'd be lounging in the dugout all day anyway.
Yeah.
So for pitchers, yeah, they get the arm rest.
Most
right,
definitely.
So that's huge.
You know, Verlander and Dallas Keuchel, them two right there, man.
Okay. My Dodgers are up 2-0 on the Diamondbacks. I have them picked to win it all.
Yeah, they won game 1 9-5 and won game 2 8-5, so they pretty much put on a show.
So we'll see what happens. The Cubs are up on the Nationals 2-1. Look for the Cubs to win that series. It'll be the Dodgers and the Cubs in the NLCS.
Yep.
And then hopefully the Yankees will play Houston in the other. It'd be great to see these Yankees and the Dodgers in the World Series.
Man.
I might watch that.
Yeah, I would like that.
You'd like that?
Oh, man. Like the 77 and 81.
Yeah, you're listening to Lidline Sports on RainierAvenueRadio.world and TuneIn.com with Granville Emerson and my partner Renault, Pepe Bean.
Yeah.
Seahawks win big at the L.A. Rams on this past weekend.
Well, when you say win big, you mean the win was big? Because they sure didn't win by a huge margin.
They won big because they were projected to lose. And anytime the Seahawks are losers in the pregame analysis and prognostication, and they win, that's pretty big.
Okay. I like that.
They won on the road.
Right.
And the reason why I say it's a big win.
And they beat a team that they've had trouble with the last few years.
And they beat the highest scoring team in the league.
Right.
And held them to 10 points.
Yeah.
Even though if Cooper Kupp catches the dang ball.
then
it's
a touchdown.
It's Carolina, it's Atlanta, it's that all over again.
Right.
Where we got a lead and the defense just lets them drive straight down the field for the win and score.
Hey, but you know what? It happens. Ask the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah. I mean, it's all part of the game. I mean, dudes got to make plays.
Got to make plays.
They got to make plays, and you got to make plays. Seahawks made plays against the Rams with 5 turnovers.
Thomas, specifically.
That was amazing. When he knocked the ball out of the running back's hand.
Deja vu. Because he did it before against the Rams.
Right. And so he was going in for a touchdown and tried to stick the ball out over the pylon.
Big mistake.
and Earl Thomas Bruce Lee'd him.
He said no.
The karate chop. And the ball bounced off the pylon out of the end zone, no touchdown.
Nope.
That was huge.
Kidding me?
I mean,
Rams would have won the game.
Oh, no doubt.
Because that would have carried them.
Yeah.
They probably would have scored again.
Oh, absolutely.
And maybe again.
Absolutely. It was
They would have went on a roll.
There was big momentum change. Another big play in that game is when Russell threw the pick on the deep out.
Yes.
Man, that Russell Wilson is fast.
Yeah.
He ran that dude down. I was like, look at this dude, man.
Mm-hmm.
He just ducked his head and was sprinting.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to give Russ some props, man, for being a competitor, man.
Oh, for sure.
He's like, I threw a pick six, but you ain't getting the six.
Right.
Right?
That's right.
I mean,
he's getting that.
He tracked him down, and McKissick.
I wish Big Ben would have done something like that.
McKissick, Ben's too slow to track anybody down.
That.
That dude's
I wish.
Ben Roethlisberger is a plotter.
You ain't lying.
He's a mutter.
Mm-hmm. He was a mutter something else yesterday.
A mutter Federal Record?
Oh, all right, yeah. Pretty much.
You ever been to Federal Records?
Yes.
Good place to eat.
Yeah, man. You can make your own stuff.
Man, yeah. It looked like a supermarket the one I went to in Newport Beach. I was like, wow, where they do this at? They had all the produce out. Like it was the grocery store. Make your own.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, wow. As we said, the Seahawks forced 5 turnovers. Finally, a Jimmy Graham sighting.
Yeah.
They finally used Jimmy Graham the way we had talked about using Jimmy Graham.
How about that?
Man, it only took 2.5 years.
Yeah, well.
Will they do it again? Can they replicate that?
I hope so. I mean, they got a bye coming up, and then they play the New York Football Giants the following week, who are
Odell Beckham is out.
For the season.
For the year,
so
with
they're right
ankle.
for the picking. You know, they don't have any motivation.
Their top 4 wideouts are out.
And Victor Cruz is no longer there.
Yeah, I mean, you basically can,
go
try out for them jokers right about now if you're a wide receiver.
Yeah.
Because they've got 0 dudes.
Mm-hmm.
And no Beckham.
So
they are in.
They have no business losing to them. None
at all.
Because the Chargers went in there and beat them.
That's saying something right there.
Yeah.
If the Chargers can beat you at home, you're not really doing too much. So,
no.
They have really messed up that franchise.
Yep. But you know what? There's another one I don't care about because he was complaining about Kaepernick.
Lamar's?
Yeah, and he keeps a wife beater on his team. And listen, the wife beater only got suspended because
Josh Brown?
Yeah, because the NFL suspended him, not him.
Admitted to beating his wife 20 times?
Yeah, something like that. Abusing her and whatever. It was ridiculous. But he was welcome on the team by the Maras.
Yeah.
So, you know what? A bully for them. I don't care. I hope they go on 16.
So, karma is a mother. You reap what you sow.
That's right.
You can't do folks wrong and expect for right to come your way. It just doesn't work that way. You know why? Because the world goes around and around and around and around.
Yep.
What goes around comes around. That's just the way life is. And so the Dolphins, y'all suck because you had your opportunity.
Yep.
Begged that man to come out of retirement and paid him $10 million. And he's stinking it up like no deodorant in the world will ever help. And the New York Giants, man, see what Mitch Trubisky does tonight for Chicago. And let's look and see what's going on with that.
I forgot all about that.
Number 1 draft pick in the NFL gets his first start with the Chicago Bears, who decided that they were going to draft him with the first pick and then acquire Mike Glennon and start Mike Glennon until the players revolted.
Yeah, well, they actually picked up Glennon before the draft.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and he was mad because they picked Trubisky. You know, like, what I come here for?
Yeah, well,
what do you do?
I guess you got to believe in yourself.
Well, 'cause nobody else
You know what I mean? But it's tough in Chicago, man. And
Even
you
his
know,
mom tweeted, "Man, Mike Glennon sucks." Oh, wait a minute.
who
His mom.
oh, it's
The
10
joke,
to,
kids.
it's 10-9 with 5 minutes left to go in the third quarter.
Who are they playing? The Vikings?
The Vikings.
Mm.
That's a great game to watch.
Mm.
So we'll see.
They've been wishy-washy, too.
Yeah, well, you know, the Vikings, they don't have a quarterback either.
Nope.
You know, so who believes in Sam Bradford?
I'll wait.
Yeah, exactly. And so Trubisky, it's 10 of 20 for 102 and no touchdowns
50,
so far.
Well, 50% for a quarterback, that ain't good.
That's not good at all.
No.
It's below average.
Very below.
10 of 20 for 102.
Mm-mm.
2 carries for 9 yards.
4.5 yards a carry. All right, good.
Yeah. So, Case Keenum is playing for Minnesota. Another stalwart QB.
Garbage. Ex-Ram.
Man, this quarterback situation in NFL is hilarious. Look at these dudes that they got playing for them and they're expecting to win.
And it's sitcom worthy.
Sitcom.
A bad sitcom.
Yeah, it's mind-boggling.
One that should be canceled.
So anyway, we will see what comes of Mitch Trubisky in his first start. He's not doing too good right now. Seahawks have a bye this week. So hopefully they can get healthy. I know Michael Bennett is hurt.
Right.
There's something going on with his foot. Hopefully he can get well. I don't know how long Cliff Averill is supposed to be out.
He might be out for a long time.
They're actually saying that
he might not
ever come back. He might not ever come back.
Right.
So, Cliff, just between me and you, bro, make the smart decision.
Yes, please.
You know, don't try to be that ultimate warrior.
No, your health is more important than anything else.
Exactly. Your health is
you gotta
the number
give it up,
one
bro.
thing.
Give it up.
Give it up and live a happy life.
Please.
With you and your wife and your kids.
That's right.
That's the move that you need to bust. Bust that move.
Mm-hmm.
Huskies manhandled Cal.
You know, I've heard some disrespect going on about the Huskies, saying that they're playing cupcakes.
Yeah, well, that's true. They were playing cupcakes.
Yep. But, you know, they were also, well, so, you know, it's mighty funny that USC sure had a lot of trouble with Cal.
They did.
And now, you know, the Huskies beat up on Cal, and now they're saying, well, you ain't playing nobody. Well, wait a minute.
Yeah, you know, so.
I mean, you know, it's a Pac-12 opponent. Listen, that's on the schedule. You got to play who's on your schedule as far as that's concerned. Now, I know you can schedule better teams than Rutgers, Fresno State, and the like.
This is the last year of the Steve Sarkisian schedule.
Right.
All right, so Peterson didn't have anything to do with that.
Nope.
But listen, folks, this is what's going on with the Huskies. All right? And that whole thing about their schedule being cupcake. Nobody was saying that last week.
Mm-mm.
Or even before the week started. They were talking about how Cal was going to be the stiffest test for the Huskies thus far, according to the way they took USC.
Right. They were tied, in the fourth quarter?
To the fourth quarter.
Right.
Yeah. But what went down is they scheduled the Huskies, ESPN, for a 7:45 start.
Right.
Okay?
I don't have a problem with that.
Chris Peterson did.
Well, my thing is, if you're a top-notch program, you're gonna get those prime starts. You're gonna get those late starts.
So
because people want to see them.
Here's the deal.
Yeah.
In college football,
right,
the prime time spots now are the 4 p.m. game and the 5 p.m. game.
Right, true. That's true.
Those are the prime time games. Peterson's beef was the Huskies have not played a game before 5 p.m.
Right. That's
not
true.
One game.
Nope, they have not.
So, in his mind, it's inhibiting him from recruiting players east because they don't get a chance to see the Huskies play.
Okay. That's
Okay?
that's a valid point.
So, when ESPN asked Chris Peterson for an interview, he declined.
Right.
That's when it started.
Right.
Then ESPN got real petty. I mean, they were like the whispers. We begin to rock, petty, petty rocking all
I think
night
it was
long.
steady, not petty.
Yeah, but they were rocking petty.
You better fix them earphones.
They rocked petty on the UW Huskies.
Oh, they was throwing that.
They started talking about their soft schedule, putting cupcakes out on the field.
Right.
Saturday night of the game.
Yep.
They started talking about how they were doing the Huskies a favor by putting them on at the 7 o'clock, 7:45 spot. What? A favor? How are they doing them a favor? That's not how it works, Pep.
No, I got you.
The UW Cal game is the content. You cannot have anything to put on if you don't have content.
Right.
The UW provided them a number 6 ranked team in the last game of the night.
Right.
The Huskies did them a favor.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I got you. Yeah.
They did them a favor. They're ranked 6.
5 now.
5 now, 6 then. Tune in for the late game and watch the number 6 ranked team in the country
Beat the crap out of Cal.
Exactly.
And that's exactly what they did.
Exactly. So they got real petty. And they started feeling themselves. Like, you know, plus the way that it works is they work out a deal with the Pac-12. It is a contract agreement. So I don't know where these people get off thinking that they got more power than they actually have, right?
Right.
And then talk condescending to you like you're doing them a favor. ESPN, you're not doing the Washington Huskies a favor at all. They're going to get their money from your network regardless of what time they play because the contract's already signed and inked.
Right. Yep.
They don't get any more money for playing at 7:45.
No.
You're not doing them a favor. Right? If they're getting more money for playing at 7:45, you're doing them a favor.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, if you add into the pot.
Exactly. But you're not.
Nope.
They're doing you a favor by being the number 6 ranked team and bringing that 6th ranking to that televised game that you scheduled late at night, 10:45 on the East Coast.
Yeah.
They drinking No-Dos and popping Pepsi.
The only ones still up are kids.
That's how tired they are.
Yeah.
Drinking No-Dos and popping Pepsi.
Kids. Only ones still up at that time are kids, and they're blocking.
Yeah, and if you want to watch the game, you are asleep by halftime.
Oh, yeah.
I know for a fact. I've been in Atlanta. I've been in D.C. I have been in New York. Struggling.
Bro.
Struggling.
I struggled for 30 years back east.
Yeah, well, you got me beat, bro.
Man.
These are just some trips. I was struggling to watch the league.
30 years I was like, my eyebrows were up near the top of my head trying to keep my eyes open. Shoot.
Pep.
Yes.
The Huskies defense is the TRUTH.
Okay.
Truth. They had a sack party against the Cal Bears.
Right.
They held California to a net total of minus 40 yards rushing. They sacked the quarterback 5 times, or 8 times. 8 times.
8 times.
Yeah. That minus 40 yards rushing is the fewest ever by a conference opponent.
Yeah.
Minus 40 yards is the fewest ever.
That's crazy. It's like, here's the ball. Just go ahead and run back that way.
Cal's 93 yards of total offense on 52 plays were the fewest gained by any UW opponent since when?
Take
a guess. You can figure this one out. It's easy.
91.
91. That championship defense.
Right.
That national championship defense.
I know what you're saying.
Jake Browning continued his accurate ways. Jake was 27 for 40, 215 for 2 touchdowns, and a new receiver broke out in that game.
Who was that?
The tight end, Hunter Bryant.
Nice.
Hunter Bryant caught 9 balls for 121 yards and a touchdown.
Nice. What year is he?
Hunter Bryant, I don't know what year Hunter Bryant is. Let me find out, Pep.
Okay.
See if we can do some research on Hunter Bryant. But it was good to see Hunter Bryant, true freshman.
Oh.
6'2" out of Issaquah.
Issaquah, okay.
Yes,
Homeboy.
sir. Homeboy.
Nice.
He was doing work. He looked good. I actually thought he was a receiver at first. He's a good-looking tight end.
Okay.
And so it's good for them to come up with another receiver besides Dante Pettis that defenses have to account for.
Right.
Especially after Chika McClatcher went down with the ankle injury.
Yep, out for the year.
Out for the year. Myles Gaskin turned in another stellar performance, 24 carries, 91 yards. Scored 2 TDs. Look,
did Coleman get some carries?
Coleman was 4 for 24, 6-yard average.
Yeah, 6 yards.
That's a 6-yard average.
Gashing them, really.
And Salvet Ahmed, I like the dude.
Yeah?
Yeah, the freshman out of Juanita. 3 carries for 20 yards. 21 yards.
It was gashing them.
3 carries for 21 yards. I like that dude. When he gets
7 yards a carry.
7 yards a carry. Glad you can do that math,
Man,
bro.
I can do that math, bro.
7, 14. Add that other 7.
I was a little quicker than
21.
that. I was a little quicker than that. Yeah.
Remember that name when Myles Gaskin leaves, y'all. Salvon Ahmed is going to be doing it for the UW Huskies. I just love the Huskies. Defense, they look solid. Their DBs
Did you see the Cougs?
look solid. The Cougs don't scare me. Cougs are undefeated.
Yep.
They spanked Oregon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, Oregon don't have a quarterback because the quarterback is out and they had a freshman come in. So,
exactly.
you know, the Cougs did what they were supposed to do.
So they did what they're supposed to. So,
But Sports Illustrated, hold on, in their poll, they're just totally disrespected Washington.
yeah.
And they put the Cougars ahead of Washington in their top.
What?
Sports Illustrated, yep.
The Cougars are in the top 10?
The Cougars are in the top. Shoot, the Cougars, they got
they
them
are
at
in the top 10
bro,
now.
they got them at number 5. Sports Illustrated does.
AP has them at 8. How do they leapfrog Washington? Or strength of schedule, I guess, right?
Yeah.
So beating USC, beating Oregon has helped them.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. All right, they still shouldn't have leapfrogged them because if that is any other place in the country, that does not happen.
Right.
In any
Well,
other
you know,
conference.
Georgia leapfrogged them a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
We talked about
I'm
that.
I'm just saying, a conference opponent. You don't leapfrog a conference opponent
Gotcha.
like that.
Right.
Traditionally.
Yeah. Makes sense, yep.
So, let's go through the top 10 right quick. Alabama is still at number 1.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we know where that's headed.
Clemson's number 2.
Yep.
Penn State finally got a chance to look at this dude.
The running back.
The running back.
Yeah. They had him bottled up for a while, and then he broke out.
He busted off a 60-yarder.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. What the heck is that dude's name?
I forget.
We'll figure it out. I had Saquon Barkley.
Yes, that's it.
Saquon Barkley. He is a Heisman Trophy candidate. Penn State looks tough. They're at number 3. Georgia's at 4. Washington's at 5. Horned Frogs at TCU at 6.
Mm-hmm.
Wisconsin is at 7. Couging it at 8.
Mm-hmm.
This is like the first time the Cougs have been in the top 10 since I was born.
Probably.
I don't know. When the last time the Cougs was in the top 10, I got to research that. But hey, I guess the Pirate knows.
I don't know when Ryan Leaf was there. Where were they?
They're probably up there.
Yeah.
The Pirate coaches matter. That's all I can say. He's come in and implemented his style of play, and basically has just turned the Washington State Cougars into Texas Tech.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
And they're playing just like Texas Tech. Texas Tech was ranked for a while he was there. Same deal.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got the players that he wants. Going to get the players that he wants now, especially that he's nationally ranked.
Yep.
And so, hats off to that dude. He's doing a good job. But here's the thing. They will not be able to beat the Huskies. I'm going to tell you why. Why do you think?
Defense, the Huskies' defense. And the Cougars won't be able to run.
Yeah. For the same reason why the Huskies, before the last 2 years, couldn't beat top-ranked opponents.
Mm-hmm.
Because they had better skilled players and more physical players.
Right.
So the Huskies have more physical players and better skilled players than the Washington State Cougars. And so I don't see them beating the Huskies.
Especially not up here.
Yeah, at home. I see them dominating them.
Right.
In the Apple Cup. For the Apple Cup?
Yeah.
Huskies losing to the Cougars in the Apple Cup? That's a travesty.
Especially the way these teams are made up now.
Yeah.
And the game is here in Seattle, where the Huskies just smashed them last year in Pullman. They blew them out early.
Yeah. So the Pirate Mike Leach, he has his work cut out for him. Let's see if they wind up undefeated.
I would like to see that. Now that I would love to see.
When they come.
Yeah.
To Seattle.
I doubt it, but I would like to see that. For the
Apple Cup. Undefeated Cougars and the undefeated Huskies. Huskies' big task on their schedule is they've got Stanford.
Yeah, who beat Utah in Utah. I watched some of that game.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we'll see what goes down. Did I finish that top 10?
Yes.
Okay. On behalf of Renault Pepe Bean, I'm Granville Emerson. Thank you for listening to Lidline Sports. You can listen to Lidline Sports on RainierAvenueRadio.world or listen to it on TuneIn.com. Like and follow us on our Facebook page. Check us out on YouTube, subscribe, and Twitter at Lidline Sports. Join us again next week for more great sports talk radio on Lidline Sports. Sports as we see it from
just below our lid.
Holla.
Now we missed Ohio State and Auburn.
News update. I'm Daniel Bellis.